Alright, today I finally have a mail day to share with everybody here if they happen to watch this video. And we got a very special package from everybody's favorite, Flo. The wrong one, sorry. We have a special one from Brad8671. I always thought he was a Florida resident, but technically from the address, it is not. But I'm glad to finally have Brad's address here. If you don't know who Brad8671 is, I learned about him a while back ago, I think. I don't know if it was during one of the YouTube Hall of Fame nominations or whatever it was. And so that's how I learned about a lot of people that have been around YouTube for a while. I can't give you an exact amount of years that he's been on there, but he's got over 600 videos, over 650 videos, and he's got 1,000+ subscribers. So if you haven't come across his channel, take a look at it. Huge Dolphins fan. I won't spoil it, but I have something kind of that's been sitting for an awfully long time that has had his name on it forever. So finally to get that. Now let's show you the other things here first, and then we'll get into, and I did not know, and I think it's fair to just open it now, because other people have been opening their Bradley claws. You know, we've had Mossy claws, we've had Caleb claws over the years, you know, so everybody's trying to outdo the old Big Saint Nick there and see how, anyway, we have got something from Fishers, Indiana, I believe is what it is. I think it's an eBay package. Try to figure out what the heck this even is. I think I know, but not 100% sure. Okay, this is exactly what it is. Okay. I got free shipping on these cards here. And I want to say, did I just buy 3 cards or 5 cards? I could not tell you. How they got these into this crazy envelope is beyond me. This is a business envelope. They got 3 top-loaded cards in there. So we have the good old Elmer Singleton from 57 Tops. The glare is going to be absolutely gross. I'm trying to try something else here. The glare is going to be sinful here. Elmer Singleton. These were listed as poor, but the reason why they were listed as poor is beyond me, because this is a crease-free card. From what I could see, I guess poor centering maybe is what it was, but Elmer Singleton. These cards were between $1.50 and $2 each, and I wanted to buy more, but a lot of the cards that they had were ones that I already had, and I just did not want to go overboard. You know, I might get some more from that particular person. As you know, these are going to go in my binder set. So Elmer Singleton, and he has no writing on the back of it. Some of the cards in that little spot there. Now, is he the cheapest at $1.50 to $2 or $2.50 or whatever he wanted? No, but is he the best for the price? Probably, this particular seller. You just have to look up the completed listings and find out Elmer Singleton. Then we have Solly Hamus. I got his autograph eons ago. This presents way better. And the reason why I go for these cut wrong borders or off-centered ones here is because nothing tells a story about baseball cards. Like, I don't know why there's tape on that, so he's probably reusing an old top loader, but this piece of tape is coming right off, so that's perfect. But as you know, these go into my binder and buy top loaders. So this is Solly Hamus. I think he eventually became a manager. But this is playing day cards here, and this one fits the bill for a set build. And then we have Ken Kuhn, and I want to say this is from the Scarce series, but I'm not 100% sure. If you don't know, 57 Tops for whatever reason, some random series in the middle. Now it's this one is very dull. There is absolutely no shine, no surface to this whatsoever. So maybe it got water damage. I don't know, but there is no shine. And we'll take up the Solly out of here and see what we got here. Solly or Solly? But you see, Solly has some shine to it. the light will shine on this one here, but this one's dull and this one's not dull. It's hard to explain, but yeah, so anyway. But I want to say this was from the Scarce series. And any card in the Scarce series in any condition for around $2, I think is just fine to get those. I don't know. And then Elmer Singleton, we'll just peel him out of here very quickly, just to show you what we've got here. And let's see what we have here, just to give you an idea. And again, you can't go wrong when you're buying, I'm trying to figure out the price range, geez, Mikey's like, if you hit that dollar price range, you're doing awesome. And then this one here, it's got the normal surface on there, a little creasing there, which I didn't realize there. But again, I don't have to spend $5 to $6 just for the first, so if I was doing it the way I used to do it, I would have Black Friday'd on COMC and got more of these, because these cost a little bit more than the COMC cards, but I got free shipping, and I add 3 more to my ever shrinking set. Not by much though. Now we got one more envelope here before I get into the Brad 86871 package here, and we want to get this one done properly. This one's coming from Fishers, Indiana, so it's the same guy. So yes, I did have more. I guess he put it in 2 envelopes. Ha! Did not think of that one. I knew there was another card here. So this one, and these didn't take long to get here, this one is a very red card. So sometimes the registration is off on cards and that will give it a poor listing, but I am very happy to take cards at times with poor registration or poor coloring. This one is very red. He's got the red eye effect or whatever. This is Joe Launette. But I wanted this one. I didn't realize there was a crease right there. I couldn't see that in the images there. But that's okay. We'll not worry about that one. I think this was $1.50 or maybe it was $1 for this one. I really do not remember. The seller's not making a lot of money there. They just look better on... Everything always seems to look better on picture. Maybe they have... I don't know. That's the whole thing about that, and there's no writing on the back of it. But again, all these damaged cards tell the story of how these got to where they are now. I mean, a perfect set is really not, it tells a history of nothing. Perfect set just means that somebody just set that card aside, took either very good care of it or forgot about it for centuries. So, it was not loved, it was not enjoyed, it was just an abandoned card. Now, this one here, again, the TTMs have just basically turned to mush. And I've sent some. I sent my second Christmas card yesterday to somebody. So we'll get this one out one of these times here. I just have to figure out how to rip the envelope here. People do a good job of packing. Shame on them. I'm kidding. Oh my gosh, this is just too long of a video. I'm making it longer than it needs to be. I had to push back a couple of videos for this one here, so let's see what we got in here. We have a note in here. Hey Henry, I hope this package finds you well. That's interesting. I think somebody else said finds you well in their little, another person from, I want to guess, the same state. So maybe it's a cut and paste from the old Reindeer Studios. I know you also like non-sport items, so I hope you enjoy this one. Have a Merry Christmas, your friend Brad. 8671 Brad Smith. So finally I can add that to the PC. At least I don't think I had that in the PC. Now let's see what's in the ever popular, probably Amazon cardboard here. Slip-a-dip-a-doo. Let's see what we got here. Rippity-dippity. Be very mindful of the tape. Alright. It says, congratulations. Ooh. What's really interesting is that he seems to know what everybody likes and everybody wants. I don't know how he figured this one out. How in the world he figured this one out here. So we'll try to give it the best reveal possible, because I did not know that this card even existed. I knew there were single varieties of this particular card. I did not really remember about the dual cards of this card. How he's able to come across these insanely awesome cards, but camera will not do it justice. But he didn't know this, but back in the day, I was watching Star Trek Voyager, and my parents were still here, what have you, and so my mom would watch Star Trek Voyager with me a long time ago, long time ago. Can't remember if I was still in college or what happened, but it was okay. It was kind of like a cheesy, guys type of soap opera. So Star Trek Voyager would spoil that a little bit. So I did search out to get all the Star Trek Voyager trading cards, and I have tons of them. I have a couple of binders of them, and they've been kind of abandoned. And I was getting those when people were like poo-poo. They were dumping on Voyager like they were dumping on Jodie Whittaker and Doctor Who. And this is Ethan Phillips. It doesn't look like Phillips. Ethan Phillips and Jennifer Lean. So Ethan Phillips, you didn't know, he was... and I forgot what his alien species was, but he played Neelix. He was the ship's chef, and he was always trying to do new recipes for the crew members. And then people were walking by the commissary would say, "Oh man, do I have to eat another bowl of Neelix is disgusting, whatever it was. I'm just gonna have to leave the ship." And then Jennifer Lean, and I had action figures of these people, and I forgot, she was Cass, I believe. And I can't remember if, this has been so long ago, but it's an on-card autoco. This is a Rittenhouse product. And if I get my old magnifying glass here, now see, I use this every once in a while. I'm too young to be part of the Get Off My Lawn crowd, but I am too young to be. So this is from 2002. So that is exactly when I would have been collecting those Voyager cards. That is just insanely amazing because these are actually hero characters. They're not like duds. They're people that are like, they're not the stars of the show, but they actually helped make the show, if that makes sense there. Very, very awesome card there. That is awesome. And again, it's an on-card auto. I don't know how I'm going to top that. But I do have something that has had his name on it, almost his name on it, for a long time. So that will have to be sent off. And I really thank everybody for keeping me making videos on this channel here, because it's that time of year again when you start thinking about all the people that have been making videos throughout the year. There's 4 or 5 guys I mentioned in one of the last videos that are not making videos currently. Some of them have said they're just taking a break or a hiatus, but other people have not said why they have not made videos in the last 5 months. It's amazing how many people have joined the autograph and card collecting groups, but because of all the stuff that's going on, whether it's politics or monetary considerations, or because other people are just being, it's one thing to watch all the positive YouTubers on YouTube, and then you get stuck with all the people that are talking about how your cards just turned to mush. And I was like, well, that doesn't make me feel good. I was hoping for a positive video. And we're watching people, say, I just sold a card for thousands of dollars lost, and they still, or we see videos of these kids at card shows are spending thousands of dollars. And my friends and I go to a card show with barely $20 to $50 in our pocket. If we had $100, we'd be rolling in it. We're basically looking for the bargain boxes. And, it just, it's one of those things, the hobby at one time was technically for everybody, and now it's for the, this group and this group and this group, and how everybody became to hate the vintage card guys versus the new card guys. I was a new card guy for a long time. I just had vintage off to the side. And so, I wished I could show you my 57 binder here, because it was just here a minute ago, and show you where those cards go in. I'm trying to figure out why my, something... Anyway, I wanted to show that card one more time, because, and I have tried to, I wanted to get, I can't remember if Ethan Phillips did TTM or one time or another, but that is really cool. Probably will save that in the top loader until I can figure out how to get that safely into my binder, because I don't want to, whether this is going to go in my non-sports binder, certified autographs binder is what I call it. It's mostly non-sports and maybe a few other sports, but yeah, it says this has been personally signed by Ethan Phillips and Jennifer Lean. That is not a cheap card, from what I understand. I mean, I haven't looked it up because I just opened it up now, but I like I said, I do remember the single autographs, the Star Trek ones that were like formatted like this, and then they had an autograph down here, and I have a bunch of those. So this is just an unexpected surprise. Hope everybody has a great week, and thank you for watching.